If you have ever spent your Saturday or Sunday morning planning a beautiful brunch with good friends and good food, only to pour a basic, uninspired wine to go with it, you are missing a massive opportunity. You see, brunch is a celebration with friends and family, and the right wine doesn't just sit on the table. It actually makes the food and the experience better and elevates everything. Today, we are talking about how to truly make your brunch memorable with great wines that will turn a simple meal into an extraordinary experience. Hi there, I am Jacqueline for Vero, where we go around the world searching out wild and scarce, hard to find wines, olive oils, and specialty foods to bring to the US for wine lovers, foodies, businesses, and distributors alike across the country to discover and enjoy along with us. Brunch is such a unique occasion. It's neither breakfast nor lunch. It's where savory meets sweet, but most importantly of all, it is a social event. And this is one where we have the luxury of time to really enjoy what's on the table and enjoy the people around us. Because these moments and flavors are so diverse, it is a great playground for wine pairings. Now, these same principles of food and wine pairing will apply just as much to a brunch spread as it will any other meal. So let's make your next brunch the centerpiece and talk about a few ways to bring some special wine pairings to your next weekend extravaganza. This will help to make your meal extra special and delicious. Egg dishes. So let's start with the foundation of almost every brunch, the savory egg dish. Whether you're serving classic fried eggs over easy, or silky scrambled eggs, or a decadent Eggs Benedict with a hollandaise sauce, you are dealing with a lot of richness, fats, and salt. The core principle of the food and wine pairing here is simple. You will need something high acidity with maybe some bubbles to help cut through the richness and refresh your palate between every bite of eggs. For this, a good Prosecco is a great place to start. But I'm not talking about those mass-produced bottles of Prosecco that you will find at a supermarket or a typical bottomless brunch. To make your next brunch extra special, look for a good quality small production Prosecco, one with a great perlage that is carefully crafted, amazing aromas and flavors, and a genuine character behind it. When the wine is this good, it will stand on its own as a part of the sophisticated pairing. But if you do decide to make mimosas, a good Prosecco will create a cocktail that is crisp and elegant rather than overly sweet, and it will balance well with the sweet tartness of a freshly squeezed orange juice. In fact, a good Prosecco will respect the quality of the food and the orange juice that you have prepared, and it will elevate the entire brunch experience. Now, before we go on to more brunch dishes and pairings, I do want to let you know that we share a lot of these types of pairing secrets and deep dives into our wild and scarce finds over on the Vero blog on Vero.com. It's a great resource for anyone looking to go beyond the basics of food and wine, especially because you can find all of the wines that we talk about in the Vero shop for purchase. It's a great way to back up your learning with some practical tastings. And every article that we put out on the Vero blog, we will let you know about if you are subscribed to the Vero newsletter. This is where we send out the latest blog posts, any other news, and exclusive product drops. You can sign up for free on verodvino.com, and I have that link in the description below. Now back to our brunch pairings. Sweet treats. Okay, let's shift gears to the sweeter side of the brunch table. If your favorite brunch dishes are things like French toast, Belgian waffles, or pancakes that are drizzled in maple syrup and jam, your wine selection will need to adapt accordingly. So one of the cruxes of food and wine pairings that we've talked a lot about on this channel and on our blog is that of the complementing aspect of sweetness with sweetness. Basically, we like to have sweet wines with sweet food. Sometimes, if you pair a bone-dry white wine with a sweet dish, the wine will end up tasting thin and sour. So let's look at some sweet wines to go with your sweet brunch dishes. For those classic syrupy dishes, the aromatic and slightly fizzy Moscato d'Asti is an incredible choice. But if you want to make the meal extra special and bring in some beautiful color, branch out into a Brocchetto di Acqui. This is a low alcohol, sweet, sparkling red wine that is absolutely stunning. Similar to Moscato, and sometimes we've even heard it referred to as a red Moscato. It works exceptionally well if your waffles or your French toast are actually topped with fresh fruit. The notes of strawberry, hibiscus, and rose that are in a Brocchetto will complement that fruit wonderfully, creating a pairing that is sophisticated and incredibly delicious. Savory meat dishes. Now, for those who prefer the heartier side of the menu and your brunch is dominated by more savory meats, think crispy bacon, smoked sausage, served alongside eggs, you will need a wine with enough personality and grip to stand up to those intense flavors. This is where we can go beyond the traditional and look at something like the Frignano Scarbato. This is a dry, re-fermented in bottle col fondo sparkling wine, or a pet nat wine, that is a true conversation starter. While a delicate Prosecco is great for a light omelet, the Scarbato has a rustic, earthy, tart and tangy character, and a structured finish that will handle the combination of animal fats, salts, and rich egg yolks beautifully. In fact, it kind of reminds me almost like a cranberry juice, so that means it fits right perfectly into a brunch table. Pairing wines like these with a plate of salty bacon or savory sausage doesn't just complement the meal, it will provide a savory on savory experience that most people haven't explored really at a brunch. It's a great way to surprise your guests with something a little different. And don't forget that versatility is also key at a social table too. Mimosas or bracchetto spritzes would pair well with several of the dishes we've already mentioned, along with specially more spicy and flavorful egg dishes where you would want something refreshing to balance out that extra heat and spice. And more savory pairings. Now, what about those dishes that are all about freshness? Think an omelet spread with creamy goat cheese, garden herbs and greens, or a spring vegetable frittata with maybe a little bit of lemon on top. When you have these green botanical flavors on a plate, we want to look for more of an aromatic alignment in our pairings. This is the perfect time to go slightly outside of the vineyard and reach for something like a cider. Now, the Folie Godilla cider isn't your sweet, mass-produced apple cider that you might be used to. This is a sophisticated artisanal drink that carries beautiful notes of lemon verbena and mint. And that herbaceous profile with the apple flavors will pair nicely with herbaceous foods. The crisp acidity and hint of mint in the cider will mirror the herbs and bitter greens in an omelet or a tang of goat cheese. It's a low alcohol, incredibly refreshing choice that feels very garden to table. And if you're looking to make your next brunch extra special with something truly different, this is a great bottle that will have anyone asking, what is this and where did you find it? And the answer to that question is the Vero shop on verovino.com. Whether it's an elevated Prosecco, a sparkling red Bracchetto, an herbaceous cider, or more, these choices will help you turn meal into discoveries. The best part is you can find all of these wild and scarce selections and many more in the Vero shop on verovino.com. We ship right to your home, or you can contact us for business pricing. And we've done the legwork and made it easy for you to source unique bottles so that you can experiment with pairings yourself and truly elevate your next brunch. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe both here on YouTube and to the Vero newsletter on verovino.com. We are always excited to share more wine and specialty foods and tips and tricks and products. Cheers to making your next brunch extra special and delicious. I'm going to be leaving you with this video here for more wine and food pairing videos. Bye.